Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you guys about a lifelong solution to your lower back pain. This isn't some sort of gimmick. This isn't something that I haven't seen before. This is something that I've seen work over the years, and a lot of research has been put into this. So, the number one thing that you can do to help your lower back pain, the first thing you want to do is you have your diaphragm right here. And I know you've heard about this before, and a lot of breathing exercises go into this now. But your diaphragm sits right underneath your rib cage. It's right here. A lot of people have this slumped posture, and we heard about this again before. Everyone slumps their posture when they're sitting down, right? Or they walk forward, or they have their phone right in front of them. The first thing you want to do to get rid of your lower back pain, you've been sitting down for a long time, you've had some injury in the past, and it's just lingering behind you. I'm talking about that lower back pain when you're sitting down, standing, whatever it is. The first thing you want to do is imagine someone is grabbing right underneath your rib cage and lifting you up, okay? So what I mean is, I don't mean that you're pulling your shoulders back and you're extending. I mean that you're actively trying to raise that distance between your lower rib right here, the last rib, and the pelvis right here. You're trying to create that distance right there. That's number one. That's one of the most important things you can do for yourself. That'll decompress the spine, and that constant decompression, especially while walking, it's gonna feel and look kind of funny, but after a while it'll help with your posture a lot. Number two is, if you're like me and you have this guy back here sitting, some people actually have this lower back thing where the pelvis has this anterior tilt. And again, we've heard about this before. So this anterior tilt, that crams the pelvis into the lower back. What you want to do step one, where you raise the rib cage. Step two is you lower that pelvis. Try to lower the pelvis without losing the rib cage. So you're up here, you're going to lower the pelvis, and you're going to keep the belly button in tight. And that's kind of point number 2.5 is pulling the belly button in will help kind of secure the rib cage in place. So you lower the pelvis back here, you create that distance of the rib cage, and you pull the belly button in tight. Most of you just need to sit here. You just need to sit here for about 30 seconds, try it 3 times a day, and you actually notice your glutes will have to start to kick on, all right? So that'll help lengthen this hamstring right here. A lot of you complain about hamstring tightness, but where does it come from? A lot of it happens from this pelvis being crammed into lower back, and that stretches the hamstring up here. So if you drop the pelvis back here, pull the belly button in, and raise the rib cage up, that'll help that'll solve a lot of problems. Step number 3 is, now that you felt comfortable of sitting in this or standing in this position right here, the next step is actually to walk in this position. You want to be able to hold the pelvis in place as long as possible. Now, the thing I'll tell you with this is that a lot of people lose the pelvis because they take too long of a stride, right? So if I'm right here and I have my pelvis drop down, my rib cage up, belly button pulled in, and I take that long stride, look what just happened to my pelvis. It just crammed into my lower back right here. So what you want to do is shorten the stride. So I'm going to have actually my pelvis drop, my belly button pulled in, my rib cage up, and I'm going to take a small step forward to where I can handle this posture right here. I'm going to take another small step, and then another. I'm going to get comfortable using these small strides. Actually, I want you to actually use this small stride every single day. What tends to happen, I'll show you right here, is when we take too big of a stride, that heel strike into my walk actually crams when I have to pull and walk forward. It jams my pelvis into my lower back. That's if you have the anterior tilt, right? So when I do that, that crams my pelvis in there, and that's no good. Anytime you heel strike, especially with running or anything like that, that really hurts the lower back. That's deceleration. That's things that we don't want. So the first thing you want to do is, you have that pelvis, you have that rib cage lifted up. You take a small stride and actually land mid-foot, right into the middle of the foot. So ball of the foot to arch of the foot. That's where you want to put that pressure, and then walk forward. There's nothing I felt into any rotation into my lower back when I did that. And you're gonna feel that same thing. So drop pelvis, lift the rib cage up, belly button pulled in, take that first step and land into the middle of the foot. So as I'm walking, I'm landing into the middle of my foot, and that creates a very normal stride right into that. So those 3 things. Number 1 is raising the rib cage up. Number 2 is dropping the pelvis, and number 2.5 is pulling the belly button in, and number 3 is walking into that and walking mid-foot stride and that will take care of a lot of your issues. This is something that you have to do. Those 3 points are something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life, especially if you're sitting at a job for a long period of time, or if you've gone on a trip that requires you to sit down for a long period of time, and that little pelvis is being jammed into the lower back. You need to stand up, decompress the spine, pull the abdomen in, and walk into a nice short stride to get some pressure relief out of your joints. I hope this has been helpful. Give us a like, give me a little subscribe, and I hope you guys can see you'll see a little bit more information coming your way. This is Amar from Ascend Concierge Fitness, and I'll see you guys later.